All right, so I'm currently sitting in the parking lot of a local camera store here in Chicago, getting ready to walk in to sell my Lumix S9, which I've had since it was released the middle of last year, I believe it was, in 2025. And I really love the S9. Do I want to part ways with it? No, there's two reasons why, and I'll explain what those are here in a second. But the S9 has been great. It's been a great dad cam. I've captured a lot of stuff with my family, my little ones, since I've had it. It's easy to just grab and go, and I really, really, really enjoy it. So you're probably wondering, well, then why would you sell something that you really enjoy? Well, the first reason is it's going to go towards the upgrade to the Lumix S9II. I think that's going to work for me for the kind of like content purposes that I'm doing, whereas this has been more of like personal use. I can always come back and get this at a later point, but I'm only really going to grab the S9 once I see an improvement to it in one particular area. This is the other reason why I'm parting ways with it, is there seems to be a issue as far as the hardware on this camera, and that's going to be with the dial back here, the little spinning dial back here. It seems as though my copy there's some kind of an issue now where it's not tracking the rotations. If you have an S9, you probably know what I'm talking about here. When you spin the little dial back here, just like any of the other S line of cameras on the Lumix stuff, you know, when you spin it around, you feel click, 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 and as you do that, it changes whatever value. Now, I use the little wheel right here to change my shutter speeds. And so when I'm shooting, I usually set the f-stop, whatever it is. I leave it there. I try to leave my ISO at either a set value or an auto, and then I just adjust my shutter speed to, you know, get the exposure right, and that's kind of how it works well for me. But the problem is now is that it skips. It's as if it's not reading properly. So when I spin it, the numbers will fluctuate. It'll go up or it'll down, and it just jogs around. Now I'll try to give you a close up here demonstrating what that looks like here. And I've seen a couple of other posts here and there, not widely talked about, but I've seen some other people talking about that they're having issues with this specific part of the camera. Now, I'll be honest, and I think maybe when I got the S9, I think I did a review on my channel of it, or my thoughts. To me, this is the most flimsiest feeling piece on this entire camera, is this little scroll wheel, jog wheel back here, the little rotating wheel back here. And it seems as though, you know, it's kind of falling apart, or there's just kind of issue with it. So I'm not totally surprised, because again, I knew right out the gate when I first got it, like, this feels real flimsy. You know, when you have one of the other Lumix cameras like the GH or the S9II 2X, or even the S9R2, which I have, you know, when you had that little spin jog wheel back here, it feels good. Like those clicks feel good. The material, that plastic, whatever it is, feels really good. This one just feels super flimsy. And so because it's acting up and it's changing my shutter speeds very difficult, I just don't want to have to deal with that. And so between wanting to upgrade to the S9II and with the little issue here, I'm deciding to go ahead and send it back. Now, this camera is a camera that I will revisit, especially in what I suspect will be a Lumix S9II at some point. And I figured not only do I want to share why I'm getting rid of it, but I also want to take the opportunity and share kind of what I would love to see in a Lumix S9II. And especially for those of you that have the S9, I'd love to know if you guys agree with some of the things that I would love to see kind of added to this camera, because it doesn't need much, in my opinion. It really doesn't need much. Now, one, people are going to say you probably want a viewfinder. I kind of don't care still about the viewfinder. What I would want out of the S9II is for us to have that fully articulating screen like we have on the new S-Line series, the S9II, S9R2. Give me that. I can work with that. That way I can, you know, shoot at the hip. I can flip the screen up, keep it there. I don't need the viewfinder. I'll take that fully articulating screen that not only does all this, but you can pop it out and up and down and all that stuff. I'll take that in the S9II 100%. That would be a great kind of feature addition to the S9II. The other thing is you gotta fix it. This flimsy plastic that's now creating the issue for this got to be improved a little bit here. The other thing I'd like to see out of the camera really is just a few more, you know, it'd be nice to have just like an additional button or two I think there's probably some space for them to maybe add another button or two, just so you have a little more opportunity to kind of have like a function button, if you will. I would like to see that. I think there's definitely space up here in the front to put one function button, which most of the other Lumix cameras have. So just throw one on the front here that I can also use to pull up a menu or whatever you wanted to do. And outside of that, really can't beat it. It's so convenient. I am kind of sad that I'm going to be parting ways with this thing, but again, there's plenty of them out there, and I'm really going to be looking forward to seeing the S9II. Now, when will that ever happen? Who knows? But I suspect that when that does happen, I'll be right back here with a video talking about that experience with the S9. But in the meantime, this guy's gonna get sold, and gonna add the S9II to the collection, and hopefully we'll give you some updates on how that works out for me. So appreciate you guys for watching. Not a ton of B-roll here. This is a totally impromptu in the car because I'm getting ready to drop it off, and I figured I'd just record this real quick here. So pretty straight to the point video. Love to hear what you guys think about your experience with the S9. If you also have having issues with the scroll wheel, jog wheel, whatever you want to call it back here, love to know about that as well. And your thoughts on what an S9II, what you would like to see on it or in it, that'd be great. All right, appreciate y'all. Peace.